It's the biggest story in Australia, so you know straight off the bat that it's going to be of super importance. Schapelle Corby is out. Which is why it's absolutely crucial for you to know the exact time schedule of her getting into a car and going to a resort.
10:41, put it on the citizenship test.
You also must know her absolute precise emotional state covered round the clock by every major news outlet, no matter how intimate, all the way from happy,
Absolutely shocking,
to being nervous, surprisingly, when she saw thousands of cameras,
camera shy.
followed by her tragic crying.
Oh, keep the camera on her.
In fact, so fixated was the media on demanding and asking for secondary confirmation on that, as all good journalists do,
I don't know, I think she was smiling, but I don't trust myself. I'm gonna have to get a second opinion on that, because it really matters, doesn't it?
that even her prosecutor, Angun Kusamantra, eventually said,
We don't know if she feel okay or happy or sad. We don't know.
but Australia wants to know. 23 million of the world's richest and most educated human beings, belonging to a species capable of going to the moon, were simultaneously focused on
Where's she going? 5-star resort. She happy about that? Yeah, I would be too. Maybe it was worth it.
best choice of total media saturation for right now. Your brain urgently needs to be directed to answering questions like,
What do you think? Should Corby or her family be paid for an interview?
awesome, thanks for that, or even more pressing,
Did she or didn't she do it?
did some bogan 9.5 years ago try to smuggle a non-lethal substance often used as medicine into a party island, which if successful would have caused some Aussies to act in an anti-establishment way, such as asking,
Oh mate, you got some? Legion, can I have a 50?
The potential repercussions of that act call for almost an entire decade of people repeating over and over again,
I don't reckon she did. It's cheaper in Bali than it is here. Why would you bother?
while another Australian in the same prison serving 18 years on drug charges,
I can't remember his name. I didn't write it down. I was too busy thinking about Corby.
which conclusively proves that the key reason we've all been obsessed with this one case for nearly 10 years is because
Oh, she's a bit of a looker, isn't she?
a bit of a looker is enough to justify almost 10 years of constant thought. Planet of the Apes was just security footage of Australia. Perhaps the best question, though it wasn't posted by anyone in the media but by Schapelle Corby herself, was, wow, there's a lot of people and reporters here, isn't there? Particularly seeing as right now, Queensland and New South Wales are currently facing the biggest drought in half a century, with 2 failed wet seasons in a row, and in the comparatively tiny coverage it gets, they'll never say, well, it's clearly because of climate change. No, it's not. It's all just a very odd coincidence that there's been 4 El Niños in the past decade, 3 heat waves in 1 year, and the driest January in more than 70.
See, it's all just a coincidence, alright? Now please, can we just scrap the carbon tax?
Good idea, Tony. I suppose the farms can take it when Australia's agricultural industry, which generates over 1.6 million jobs, and just slightly more important than that, 93% of Australia's domestic food supply, with thousands of sheep and cattle starving to death daily, receiving no substantial assistance from either state or federal governments.
Well, we should never interfere with the natural collapse of markets, even if that market is
Besides, we can't focus on everything at once, alright? We're too busy approving the 40,000 plus coal seam gas wells to be built in Australia.
Primarily found in, you'll never guess where, Queensland and New South Wales. I wonder why. Probably something else worth wondering about, on top of whether Schapelle did or didn't smuggle weed just under a decade ago, is why these gas wells, which will draw up to 300 billion litres of water,
Oh, well, I doubt you could solve the drought anyway with more than half of Sydney Harbour's water.
in a country that's already facing the total destruction of its food bowl with just the tip of the melting iceberg that is climate change only beginning to occur, the Australian media mostly wants to discuss
Blokey,
Mate, can we talk about this later? You're giving a bloody lot of water to the mining industry.
Corby.
I'm so glad she's out.
Schapelle Corby, good news. We found something that's easy to talk about.
Please press the subscribe button now.
Come on.